guys, what's up? Settlers of Catan here. Super excited. Look what I made. A full-on 5 to 6 player Seafarers Cities and Nights 3D printed Catan board. That's right, 5 to 6 players. Oh yeah, this is not what Catan made. As you and I both know, they did make a 3D board, but it is not 5 to 6 players. I made it. It is complete. It is awesome. I have taken it to another level. Oh my God, I'm so excited to share this with you guys. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about all the different pieces that comes with it. Every little thing that I made, all the little things, you're gonna love it. And you are gonna have a chance to get it yourself. So this is gonna be awesome. Hey, let's break it down. Super excited, let's go. Alright guys, let's start from the beginning. So first off, yes, I am like beyond excited about my the 6 player 3D Catan board, Seafarers and Cities and Nights. I spent months making this. Oh my God, I was like, I have 2 printers now. I've been running them full time, like for weeks. Oh my God, my wife was making fun of me and everything. Oh my God, I was just like waking up in the middle of the night and changing up filament. It was crazy. But hey, I'm done. My friends and I just played this 2 weeks ago. We just played on this board just to run it, test it out, and it worked like a charm, guys. It was unbelievable. Amazing about the level of detail, how it just like popped, how it exploded. Like they were just more excited to play, just knowing that they come over and can play on this awesome 3D board. And it really makes the game much, much more fun. I can't wait until the next time we can play. We're going to go through it all. We're going to break it all down. I'm going to show you all the little intricacies that I did on this. The background of this real quick. Let's do the background real quick. So the background goes like this, okay? So you and I both know that Catan came out with a 3D printed 3D Catan board, right? But it was only for 3 to 4 players, as you guys know. And they did make a Seafarers Cities and Nights one as well, which was really exciting, really awesome, right? But again, I think you and I both know that we like to take it to 5 to 6 players. I have a few friends. We have a group now. We always get together. I mean, we may have 3 or 4 players sometimes, but we usually end up with 5 or 6. So it was really like kind of disheartening me that I couldn't have 5 to 6 players over. I even bought the 3D. You see a video, I even bought the 3D version of the Catan, and I spent like $500 getting it, the 2 versions, and I was like, but this is enough. So I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I can create my own, and I did. I was able to put together my own. I was able to create my own, work on Fusion 360, and create a lot of my own stuff, which was really, really awesome. And I'm excited to share this with you guys and show you the opportunity and the chance that you have to also get this if you are interested. But now, I can tell you right now that we're not going back. Me and my friends, we are not going back. We're going to play 3D printed Catan from now on. This is an awesome version. I'm going to show you every little bit that we have. We're going to start like with the pieces and work our way, etc., etc. So let's go ahead, look at the different pieces, look at the different things. Let's break it down now. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start. Where should we start? Let's go ahead and start with the pieces. So first off, you will get, and what I've created is I've created these awesome hex boxes to store your pieces because the pieces are too big to store any other way, right? So you have awesome cities, which I'll show you. You have these awesome cities. You have these awesome, let me go ahead and find a settlement real quick, which are right here. You got these awesome settlements, which you also have. And again, they're bigger than normal, right? They are bigger than normal. You also have walls, these awesome walls that the cities can fit right in, which is pretty cool, just like that. So that is, I thought that was awesome. I just think it's awesome. So we got cities, we got settlements, we got walls. Of course, we got these awesome roads as well. They are very, very cool. What else we got? And then, of course, we got our ships. The ships look amazing as well. And then, of course, we have our knights. Now, I'm really super proud of these knights because I spent a lot of time on these knights. And so here's how it works. So first of all, they are different levels. So as you know, there are 3 different levels with the knights. So what I've done is I've created 3 different levels with them. So you can see that the one I'm holding right now is level 3. But if I grab another one, like here is a level 1. And then if I can quickly find a level 2, which I can right away, boom. Here's level 2. So here's the deal. So you have your 3 levels, and they have Roman numerals, right? So Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3. So you can see the 3 different levels, which is awesome, right? So we know that with the regular Catan Saves the Knights. But I also had to make them so that they can be, of course, activated and not activated, right? Which we all know that's how it works with the knights. So if you notice in these, one side is white, and then it has the face of a knight. And then the other side is kind of like a knight's fist in the air. And that, if you can see, is color. So what I've done, and I think that this is awesome, and it totally worked out well for us when me and my boys played the other night, is that the white side with the knight, this side, that was when it was inactive. And then when you activated it, it was a colored side. And I'm telling you, it worked like a charm. It worked like a charm. Super proud of these knights, super proud of what I've done with these knights. So yes, you get all 3 levels, 2 of each, right? 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s. You guys both know, you guys know as well as I that this is the way it rolls, right? Yeah, so I think that that's all the pieces, right? So those are all the pieces that you get in one of these. So when you get my 3D board, you do get to pick 6 colors, right? 6 different colors, and I will make for you each of these. So as you know, for example, there's 5 settlements, 4 cities, etc., 3 walls, 15 roads, 15 ships, and of course 2 of each of the knights. So you get all that put in to this awesome hex box. Boom shakalaka. And it closes up. And you know what's also great is what we did the other night, when you have, because we use this exact table to play on, you can actually roll your die into these nice big hex boxes that you use for storage. How cool is that, right? So that's your place that you roll your die. So it works out great. So again, I got the ones I have here, but there's multiple colors you can choose from. I believe I have 9 colors you can choose from. We'll check this out. But you can see I got yellow, which is awesome. I got white, I got blue, I got red, I got orange. You can see all the colors there, right? So those are all of your pieces. Pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and move on from there. Alright guys, next up, let's talk about all the little accessory pieces. I want to talk about those, and then we're going to move on to the actual hex board. So here are the accessory pieces. So a couple things here. I'm just going to grab these 2 right when I see them. So of course, we all know longest road. So you will get and what I have created, which I thought was awesome, here is the longest road trophy, right? So whoever has longest road at that time gets this trophy. And of course, it was passed around a bunch of times the other night when me and my friends played. So I think it's awesome. It has a little +2 there. So that is awesome. So we'll put that over there. And then of course, I am going to show you how this 5 to 6 board can be made into a regular Catan board, right? Into a regular 3 to 4 player Catan board that we all know. So I also have this, which I include, which is the largest army, as you guys know, +2. I think this is awesome. This is actually one of my favorite pieces in the whole set, which I absolutely love. It's really great detail. If you can see the little different knights here, largest army, I think that this is great. So you also get one of these. All right, from there, what else we have? Let's go ahead and move on to the ports. The ports are running from me, so I'm just going to grab them real quick. They are here, as you can see. So you will get a port of each of the different ports. So you can see this is wheat. How cool is that? Right, so it's yellow right there. So you have wheat right there. You have sheep. Look at these 2 little sheep right here. It's so cute. So there's sheep. Here's wood. You can see they got wood piles, logs right there. I think that's awesome. Here's ore. You can see that. That's awesome. And then, of course, here's brick, right? So there's brick. And then, of course, you also need your 3 to 1 ports, which I created and I made myself. So here are the 3 to 1 ports, which I think is so awesome. So you do get several of those as well, right? Enough to fill, as you can see, I'm going to take them all off here. So you do get one of each of the ports, right, of the resources. Then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 3-to-1 ports, right? So 7 of those, 1 of each resource, all those ports, that's awesome, right? So now what else? In addition to that, so of course you also get the pirate ship, which you can use if you roll 7. So of course that roams around. So that looks like this. I think it's pretty awesome there. So you have the pirate ship there. And then of course the bigger boat is the Marauder, right? So here's the Marauder's boat. And of course that is on the side there. And of course that moves. Of course whenever you roll the Marauder die, right, the black die. So look at that big boat. You can see that that one's much bigger than the other one. So I really like that as well. All right, so what from there? Let's go and talk about your metropolises. These are really cool. Super fragile, but really cool. Here are your metropolis, and yes, they go right on top of the cities. It works out really, really well. But you do get, of course, 3 of these, because of course there's 3 metropolises in the game. So how awesome are those looking? So you can see 3 of them right here. And then, of course, what else do you need? Of course, you need a robber, which I love this robber. It is so cool, right? Really, really cool there. So you can see the robber there. And then, of course, you also need a merchant. And you have this awesome lady right here as a merchant. Really awesome. I know in the game it's pink, so that's why I picked the color pink for it. So there's your merchant. I think it looks amazing. And I do believe, yeah, that's all the accessory pieces. How awesome is that, right? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the board itself. We're first going to talk about the water parts and the outside of the board, because that's really important to talk through. And then we're going to talk about each of the individual hexes. So we'll do water first, and then we'll do hexes. Let's do that now. Let's talk about water. Let's talk about the edge especially first, and we're going to work our way with water first, okay? So first off, I created these awesome, of course, expansion pieces, like to be able to extend it and make this 5 to 6 board. So here's what's awesome about these. So I did create these, and as you can see, and what I've done is I've made, as you know how magnets work, right? There's positive side and negative side. So I made one side positive, one side negative. And so what I've done here is that they actually, as you can see there, they're magnets. So they connect to one another. And so what I've done here is I've created the whole outside where it has magnets connecting them all together, right? So you have all of that. And then, of course, you have a couple corner pieces, right? You have 8 total of these corner pieces that, again, with magnets, they connect together. And then they connect right here. They connect along the side here. And then, of course, you have another corner piece which connects to one of the hex pieces of water, right? And I mark it with an edge so that I know, because I have magnets on both sides here, that this will connect here. And then again, it's all magnetized. All of it, all the way around. And again, you have one more hex over here on this side connected. So you have 8 corner pieces that you absolutely need in order to make this 5 by 6 board. And then you have 2 edges, you have 2 hexes, right, which I made with the magnets in place so that the entire outside is locked together, right, with magnets, which is awesome, because then the inside pieces, they don't need to be magnetized, right? They just fit in like putting together puzzle pieces, right? Like a jigsaw puzzle. And it fits perfectly. Look at this. It fits absolutely perfectly. And again, the outside is locked together. Look at that. Even if I move it, it just comes right back into place. How awesome is that, right? So that's amazing, and I love that. But in addition to that, of course, as we know, there are sometimes ports on the sides. So I also made a couple of the extension pieces have ports. So as you can see, so this is a port that is on the right, so you can have a right side port. For example, fits right here, works out really well when it's attached to the sheet. But I also made left side ports. How cool is that? Now let's talk about the water itself. So with the water itself, of course, we have hex pieces that are water, right? So you can see those. So that is great as well. So of course, those fit in as well, right here. And then you also have hex pieces that, of course, have ports. And they don't need to be on one side because, of course, you can flip them any which way you want. Like here, I can have it here on the desert, or I can flip it here and put it on the brick. Either way, it works out well. So of course you have hex pieces that have ports on them. You have regular hex pieces, they're just water. And then of course you have the outside. So all that is the wire pieces. I think that that's awesome. So that's there. Okay, now we're going to move on to the part I think that we've all been waiting for. The hex pieces, the resources themselves. Let's do that now. Alright guys, so let's talk resources and hex pieces. First up, let's go ahead and talk about the hex numbers. So you do get a full set of these that you'll need, a total complete set in order for your board. So you can see that these hex numbers are awesome. They're pretty thin. They can be really easily moved from one to the other. I think it's awesome, right? So you do get plenty of those, of course, plenty of 6s and 8s, etc. Great number of those, right? So those are your hex numbers. All right, now let's talk about the actual resources themselves. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here. We'll go ahead and start with desert. So you can see the desert one, pretty awesome there. And again, they do come with holes on two sides if you want to magnetize. And just leave those open if you would like to do them. Hey, more power to you. But you really, really, really don't need it. As you can see, not a single one of these hex pieces here, the resources in the middle have them. I can just take them out. No magnetized. Absolutely fine. So here's desert. So here's gold. And as you can see, I made two waterfalls, which I think is awesome there. So here is your gold. So of course, you're going to get about 4 of those. All right, what else we got? We got wheat. I think wheat looks awesome. Give you guys a nice good look at wheat as well. And then of course we have ore. I think that's great, especially with the, of course, the trees all around. I think that looks wonderful. So there's your ore. Here's your wood. I think that's great. You got a little log cabin right there in the middle, this brown. I think that's great. So we got several different colors here for the wood. And then of course we got brick, which I love. Again, the trees all around. We got a little mining going on right there as well as in the ore, which I really like. Both of them have like a little mining going on, which I think is really great. And then, of course, last but not least, we have sheep, right? And so here's the sheep. You can see the little sheep on top. I think it's wonderful. And of course, you got a little gray house right there as well. So these are all of your hex pieces. And as you can see, you get plenty of those. Here I have an island of 3, an island of 3, an island of 2, and an island of 1, right? Wonderful. Hey guys, and one last thing that is so cool. Look at this. You can transform the 5 to 6 player board into a regular Catan board if that is what you want to do. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? So you have it all. You have the 5 to 6 player Cities, Knights, and Seafarers edition. You can even transform that into a 3 to 4 player if you want. And you can go all the way back to the original Catan board if you want with the exact same pieces. So yes, you will have enough of the ports and everything in order to make this happen. How awesome is that? Hey, 3D printing, Catan board, Seafarers, Cities, Knights, regular Catan. You got it all this stuff. So cool, so much fun to make. Hey, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Java Catan, I'm out.